Thank you for choosing Skywalker Trampolines, and welcome to the 10-foot round trampoline assembly video. Before assembling your trampoline, make sure you have all the parts listed in the manual. We advise having a friend help you assemble your new trampoline. Tighten all screws and bolts required for assembly with the provided screwdriver and wrench. If available, it might be helpful to use a Phillips screwdriver or cordless drill to tighten screws. Before we jump into it, register the product warranty for your trampoline at skywalkertrampolines.com. Grab 4 top tubes and put a socket on the end of each tube. Then grab another 4 top tubes and put a T-joint on the end of each tube. Once that is done, insert one top tube with a socket into one top tube with a T-joint. Make sure the holes are facing down. Repeat until you have 4 frame sections assembled. Get 2 leg posts and insert one into a T-joint and one into a socket. Make sure the holes line up. Then you will want to grab a leg brace and insert it into the leg posts. Make sure the holes line up. The holes that are angled inward will need to be facing the inside of the frame. Now that you are a pro, go ahead and make 3 more frame pieces. Now you'll want to secure the T-joints and sockets using bolts and nuts. Then secure the leg braces using bolts, washers, and nuts. Okay, this is when you're really going to need your friend's help. Flip the frame pieces and then start connecting them. Make sure the T-joints and sockets are alternating. If your enclosure net needs to be attached to the jump mat, place the jump mat on the ground with the warning labels facing up. Now place the enclosure net on top of the jump mat and make sure the first V-ring directly left of the enclosure door lines up with the first hole directly left of the warning label. Insert the V-rings in their corresponding holes to fully attach the enclosure net to the jump mat. Line up the warning labels with 2 T-joints. Using the provided spring tool, hook the smaller end of a spring to the V-ring just left of the warning label by the enclosure door. Stretch the spring until it reaches the frame hole just left of the T-joint. Repeat the same thing on the other side of the trampoline. You now have 2 springs attached. You are doing awesome. Okay, now you need to find the V-ring in the middle of the 2 springs you've attached. So count 16 V-rings to find the middle one. Place a spring into the V-ring and stretch the spring until it reaches the frame hole just left of the T-joint. Do the same thing to the other side of the trampoline. The next spot you will need to place springs is to the left of the 4 remaining sockets. Place a spring directly left of each spring already placed. Continue in a clockwise direction until all the springs are placed. Pick up the frame pad and put it on top of the springs. Adjust the frame pads so that the slits are directly above the sockets. Look under the trampoline and find the straps that are attached to the underside of the frame pad. Position the outer straps so that one strap is on each side of the frame. Position the inner strap so that one strap is threaded through a V-ring. Tie all of the straps in bows, or else you will have a hard time ever untying them again. Take all the curved tubes and all the straight tubes and slide foam over them. Insert a straight tube into a curved tube and secure it with a self-tapping screw. On the curved tube, there is one end that has 2 holes. Make sure that end is on top. The next thing to do is to insert all the pole caps into the strap rings found along the top of the enclosure net. Make sure the hexagon hole is facing the net and the round hole is facing you. Pick up an enclosure pole and insert the curved tube into the pole cap, making sure the bend is facing away from the trampoline. Make sure the holes on the curved tube, pole cap, and strap ring are all aligned. Secure it in place with a bolt, making sure it goes in the round hole first and not the hexagon hole. You'll need to repeat this for the other 3 enclosure poles. Starting from the enclosure door, lift one of the enclosure poles and insert the straight tube into the socket while pulling back on the middle of the pole. Do this with the other 3 enclosure poles. Finally, insert the end caps into the bottom of the sockets. Congratulations on completing the assembly of your Skywalker trampoline. We knew you could do it. For more information, please visit our website at skywalkertrampolines.com or follow us on social media.